No, no 800 quid snap-on torque wrenches here, for sure. Finally, a conrod that's straight. Here it is, look at that. Picked this one up off eBay. Seller sorted us out on there, checked it before he sent it, which was perfect. So here we go. Eventually, we're going to get this conrod in. I'm going to show you how it's done again. Got a few more goodies. Oil pump wear guide, the oil pump chain. We said we were going to reuse the old one. I've had a bit of a change of heart, getting a little bit paranoid about it, especially with the old wear guide is very brown and brittle, so got them off BMW today. So we have to disassemble this again, refit this crank seal back on afterwards, get the piston in, then we can get the sump pans on, get the oil pump in. So let's hit it, let's get to the next stage and we'll go from there. Check it out. So as you can see, the bottom end just about finished. Got the middle sump pan on, the lower sump pan, upper sump pan on. We have a new oil filter. We've made sure sump bolt nice and tight, just in case we forget. You know, there's so much to do. So what we're going to do, I'll take you around. We're going to flip it over, get the timing in, get the new chain kit in, guides, get the chains fitted left and right side nice and loose, get some sealant on here, get these bolts in, get these bolts torqued up. Everything on the sump pans has been torqued up to spec according to BMW. So let's get the timing in, roll this thing over and let's wait for the heads. Saturday, 7 AM, coffee on, favourite Stout Hydraulics mug. You guys will definitely have your favourite mug, or the only mug you're allowed to take out the house anyway by the missus when you're working on the car doing something mucky, so show me them. Be good to get a cup compilation going on, you know. This is the fuel what keeps us going, especially in the cold. So just a quick recap, guys. Yesterday for a quick hour, and it was a quick hour, just crazy busy, you know, work and things like that. So you might have seen, you know, with the hydraulics and stuff, it's just really crazy, but it's good, you know, pays for this sort of thing. So just want to run through as well. If you keep seeing this, guys, shopping trolley, yeah, that's our elite time-lapse filming station. You know, we're super high tech here, taking over the world with technology. So just ignore that, just blank that out. You know, we'll when I'm allowed to spend a bit of money, I might buy a table or a better stand. But that's what we're working with, so that's what we've got. So we're keeping it real, keeping it realistic. So yesterday we got the timing in. We've got crank seal in, chain kit in. This is a Febby chain kit, very hard to get hold of. You can get FIA kits here from Euro, these sort of guys, but I've heard really not great things about tensioners and things. So waited a bit longer. Auto dock, so hit big up Auto dock. You know, they're from Germany, but parts are always bang on what we want, and probably stuff that you're paying absolute fortune for here. I think that Auto dock kit for this was 230 quid, which is, over here, timing chain kit for one of these is around about 500 quid. So that shows you, for an extra 5 days of waiting while we're getting on with everything else, it was worth the wait. No, don't think there was any charge on the import duty so for this, so that was great. So pistons are in. Eventually, you know, number 5 conrod went in, which was nice and straight. We've got the final prep on the head. We're going to put the head gasket on, get the head on, get the bolts in on this side, get it torqued down. I'm going to stick you on a time lapse, show you what we've done afterwards, explain the angle torques, explain the steps you should be going through, keep it nice and simple. We're going to use this £4.50 angle torque gauge, as you've probably seen, the analog version. I do like the digital torque wrenches, but for purposes of the video, we're going to carry on using the analog one. Keeps it a bit more realistic, something you can go down to the local car shop, you know, onto a shopping platform, online, even Temu, something like that, buy. It's very simple, and to be fair, at least you know you've got the right angle. Once you use an angle gauge, an analog one with a dial, at least you know when it's down to that angle, it's there. You're not sort of guessing, have you pulled the torque wrench too hard, too quick, you know. So you don't need expensive gear, just a breaker bar, 10 quid breaker bar, 4 quid angle gauge, boom, you're done. So all about keeping it current and realistic, you know, no 800 quid snap-on torque wrenches here, for sure. So let's get going, let's get a time lapse on, and we'll pick it up when we're there. Right, so we've hit a little bit of a problem. Lone working, as you guys will probably experience if you're on your own. Danny's not here, he's out on another job at the minute. But, so I've got the head on, as you can see, but I've got it torqued down to 30 Newton meters. I'll show you here on our diagram lot. 30 Newton meters, 2 sets of 90 degrees. Now I know one set might be alright on my own, but this is on an engine frame with wheels on, so it's going to end up skating all over the garage and just causing me hassle. So this is what they do at BMW, by the way. Of course they do. I've got it ratchet strapped to the post in the garage. So Toro, I mean, you can buy these special tools probably in the manual from BMW to do it, but no, ratchet strap, got a strap to the wall. This thing will take it, so unfortunately I've had to move the media docking centre out of the way, so that's what we've got to do. We're going to do 2 sets of 90 degrees, and hopefully we won't be pushing this thing all the way around the floor trying to get it, so let's do it, let's give it a go. Right, here we go. So head's torqued down, that went beautiful, you know, bit of thought, and got it done without dragging it all over the workshop. So here we go, look, as you can see, markings again, chalk pen is king. If you haven't got any, or you know you've never used them, pick them up, pack of 6, pack of 8, whatever, few quid. Wash it off afterwards with a bit of brake cleaner, whatever you want, leave it for me. I'll be leaving it. I'm not that bothered. So you can see we've marked the 2 sets of 90 up. Always, you know, it's always good. What happens here is, especially, I'll get through 1 set of bolts, phone will ring, T-brake, you know, I don't know, cat runs in garage and I'm chasing it round. So it's just for reference to see where you've left off. You don't want to get halfway through and think, bloody hell, where am I? So also, another quick tip, head bolts. So these, underneath the head bolts are spacers. You do not get spacers with the new head bolts. I'll just coming into the dungeon in the back of the workshop. Lighting's not great, but here we are. That's an old bolt, you see. There's the spacer. So in true OEM fashion, you do not get spacers. I've seen somebody do this in the past on a Vauxhall engine, didn't put the spacers on, and yeah, car won't start, or it's making a bit of a row, and that was the problem. So also, if you didn't put the spacer on, you would just run that bolt all the way to the bottom of the block in each thread hole. Probably wreck that, to be honest with it, especially this being aluminium steel bolt. You know, I'll let you work that one out. So that could be a costly mistake for a simple mistake. So, you know, you get there, you'll put it down, you'll get back to the table, you think, what's these here? And you realise what you've done. So just bear it in mind. We all make mistakes, we're only human. Also, quick plug, and you might see me using all this yellow tooling. These are Ingo. Oh, there we go. Look, Ingo tools. They're off Amazon. You know, I like them. I'm not a show pony. I'm not a Milwaukee nut or anything like that. They're nice, you know, reliable out in the field. But when you're working on your own stuff at home on the driveway, you know, we all know finances are generally a bit tight. I run a lot of Milwaukee stuff personally, but it's not all about that. We use it because of the output we can get on the bigger machinery, you know, on cars and things like this. It's not always necessary on this size stuff especially. This is very small for me. You know, these torques are nothing compared to what we're usually doing. So I'm a bit heavy-handed on it, so I've got to be careful. But as you can see, you can get a full set impact driver, impact gun, cordless drill, jigsaw, whatever you want, 500 quid for the lot. So, and it lasts, you get 20 volt batteries, you get as many batteries, you get 6 batteries if you buy all that, and it just lasts you a lifetime. You know, this torch I picked up, I think it was 50 quid, it's super bright. Look at that. You know, it's just handy. It's pretty rugged as well, to be honest. Same electric screwdriver, nothing fancy. I've had this one 12 months. It's about 70 quid for the lot. It's affordable. It's been able to work with what you can afford, and doing tasks like this is not only saving you money, but if you can buy a few bits of, you know, you can get some cheaper stuff, which is obviously not as good, but end of the day, you work with what you've got, and this is what I'm a firm believer in. It's not all about being on the you know, the premium tool train and having yourself in a load of debt and a load of outgoings, you know, when especially in the economy at the minute. So you'll see us using them, you'll think, what are them? Now you know. And you know, running a bolting is running a bolting. If you want to make sure that you're torquing things up afterwards with a torque wrench, same again, nothing fancy, draper, you know, whatever you want. I use a draper 3/8. I've got Norbar, I've got Brittle, you know, all these sort of brands, but they all do the same job. And some of the cheaper ones, you know, if you're doing a job like this and you use it one time and you throw it away and you buy another one, 20 quid, 1/2 inch torque wrench, perfect. You know, at least you know every time you buy one, or it's calibrated, ready to go, you know, if it lasts you the job out, 100%. So bear that in mind. You'll realise that we're doing things the proper way, the realistic way. We haven't got millions of pounds to spend on tools. So, and to be fair, I wouldn't anyway. So you'll probably see tools being used in this, and you think, what's that? You know, look at the spanner collection here. Tech tool, never heard of it, but at the end of the day, it's turning it's turning bolts, so it's tightening bolts, and to be fair, it does the same job as a snap-on rail of spanners, you know. But anyway, enough about what I think, and back onto the build. So we're going to put the other head on, get that torque down, run through the same process, get it strapped to the wall again, and get that on, and then we'll get on to the valves, cams and whatever else. So let's go. Right guys, so we're going to wrap the video up there. We thought we'd be able to make a tool to get the Valvetronic springs in. It's not happening. You know, the tool is, if you've ever seen one, really complex. We had a good few hours yesterday, probably most of the day, trying to make a tool that was, one, not going to damage the head, and two, just do the job properly without, you know, bending and causing issues. But it wasn't happening, so we've decided to wait for the tool. I'll probably put some more content in there, guys, regarding getting the ancillaries on, you know, manifolds on this, getting some wiring on the block there, just to get it ready to go back in the car. But hey, as you know, nothing straightforward, especially with this job. It's been a little bit of a test in some areas, you know. Even though they're available, loads are available in the UK, there just doesn't seem to be much tooling around for them in England. So we've got our Chinese friends on with it, you know, as always, keeping costs down. So we're going to wait on that tool. It'll be here in about a week, hopefully 5 days. We'll try and get some more content on there, just getting some bits and bobs built up. But same as always, guys, thanks for watching, and just remember, keep learning, stay humble.